Welcome to Be Adventures. I'm Bryce.
I'm Elise.
And today we are going to take you to Epcot. We had the opportunity to go to Disney World in 2022, and we want to take you through and tell you what it was like to eat gluten-free in Disney's Epcot.
And Epcot is honestly my favorite park for food. There's just so many different options, and you get to go to different countries and just eat your way through the world, which is my favorite thing.
It's worth getting a hopper pass for the whole week you're there if you want to eat at a different restaurant in Epcot every night.
A different country in Epcot every night, too.
Yeah, pretty cool. So, right now, while we were there, the Food and Wine
Festival was happening, which happens like end of July through November, December, I think.
And excuse our up and down, but we had some cool footage of the construction and stuff like that we wanted to put in there. But, so we got a little brochure from the Food and Wine, kiosk thing.
Yeah, and you can get this and just kind of keep track of the different meals that you get throughout, you're going to the different kiosks and stuff. So there's different kiosks in every single country, and it might not always be related to that specific country. So, they have a whole bunch of different food from different foods around the world, including wine and different beverages and things like that.
Lots of drinks.
There's little passports, you can get stamps and stuff, and if you eat different things at different stands, you can get a little prize at the end. We didn't do that. There was a lot of stands.
A lot of stands, a lot of people, and we hadn't been in 10 years.
This is the little thing you can kind of keep track of.
So we wanted to ride some rides that we hadn't ridden. We hadn't been on Guardians of the Galaxy, which was epic if you haven't done it. But this is really neat. If you just want to go to the park and eat around the world and eat all day long, you can do it.
Yes, absolutely. And it was hard because, like Bryce said, there were so many things we wanted to do during this trip, and we are just such big ride people that we didn't really get to spend time to eat through these different kiosks. And also, we were kind of disappointed with the amount of gluten-free options that they had
at the kiosks.
At the kiosks, because we wanted just a quick lunch to pick on before dinner, and because we had a really early dinner reservation, but we weren't able to because there was a lot of people.
Yeah, you can see right here. Crazy busy.
Yeah, and so it was just really long lines that we just didn't really feel like staying in. And then there wasn't a whole lot of gluten-free options. Yep. But the kiosks are smaller, so they didn't have the capacity to be able to make those things gluten-free.
We got to the front of a line and asked about something gluten-free, and they looked at us like we were crazy.
Yeah, but they are very clear on marking on the pamphlet that we showed you and on the kiosks, the little menus before, what is gluten-free. But just be aware that they won't always be able to make something gluten-free for you that isn't already marked.
Or full gluten-free. So they're in little stands, so if you are celiac, I would be aware that they probably aren't preparing these in a separate kitchen.
Yeah.
So let's take you to one of these places we actually found. This was
for lunch. We made our way halfway around the world before we gave up on the kiosks. We went to Japan.
Yes, and this little place had pretty good sushi. It was a really decent price.
And we were so hungry we forgot to film the food.
We didn't film anything. We were starving. It was hot, and we were excited to have food. It was great, though. Just a great little cheap, quick place to eat.
And it was kind of hidden back in Japan.
Yes.
It was to the left of where the teppanyaki bar is.
Yeah, you walk in and you kind of have to climb up to it. It's up on the hill a little bit to your left as you walk into Japan.
But it was actually super yummy food. We hadn't eaten there before, but like Bryce said, we had the sushi that was really good, and then we had a teriyaki chicken bowl, I think.
Yeah, interesting. Back to the people, man. There was just people.
Yes. But another really great spot for lunch if you're interested, and it was really good.
Yep. Great little spot in Japan, hidden that not many people knew about. Now we're going to take you to one of the places we had dinner.
One of our favorite spots. In Germany, the beer garden.
That's beer.
It is delicious. It is one of our pricier splurge meals, but it is so much fun because of the atmosphere. It's literally like a beer garden you would go to in Germany, where you're singing, drinking songs, and it's just a really good time. And they took really good care of us being gluten-free.
They had gluten-free things. It's a buffet, so they had things right next to everything that said if it was gluten-free or not. And it was super easy to just walk through the buffet and pick out anything you wanted that was gluten-free.
Yes,
So,
and they gave you. We'll show you here in a second. There's like a menu
oh yeah,
that they mark next to. It's all allergies right here. Which things are gluten free in the buffet, so that you know exactly which things you can eat while you're going up to the buffet getting your food. So that was really helpful for us.
super nice. And they mark beer that's gluten free, I think.
Yeah, they marked everything.
And yeah, it seemed like this restaurant, as do a lot of Disney restaurants, Disney does a really good job to make it very clear that things are gluten free. This is like all these random desserts that they
brought
brought us.
all to us.
Yeah, we were like, that sounds good, and they just brought us all.
There was a brownie, there was chocolate chip cookies, there was like a candy bar thing, and this is where you're eating. These are where the tables are. Like I said, the atmosphere is so cool. There's a band that plays. They have like the horns. They have everything, and like people dance, and it's really fun. It's really cool.
It's such a fun restaurant to eat at. I think that pretty much every person that talks about Disney Epcot goes into this place and says the same thing. It is just so much fun and so entertaining to sit and eat. And, oh yeah, look at those good sweets.
They were delicious. But we were very full after the buffet, but we still found room.
Yeah. It's like a little German town. I mean, it's always
it's traditional
impressive.
German food, too.
Yeah.
Which is very good. Very meat heavy and good. Delicious.
All right, now we are going to go to the other place that we had dinner. We were able to come in the park one more night, and we went to this place,
to Italy.
Yeah, in Italy, which was absolutely fantastic.
We've eaten there before, and this time we weren't as impressed. The food wasn't as good as I've had in the past.
It didn't blow us away this time.
But it was still good. It was spaghetti.
Yeah.
They basically made anything gluten-free. I had like a shrimp Alfredo. And we had a bolognese pasta, and it was different shaped noodles, so it was the penne, as you can see, whereas the other noodles were different, so you knew that it was gluten-free.
Yeah, it's always nice when they do that. I mean, it'd be nice to have regular noodles looking, but, details. But, super nice to be able to have the option. Like I said, I think we're rendering not quite as impressed with the Italian place. Still, the beer garden is top notch. I think it's our favorite place in the park.
Yeah.
To eat, and I think easiest to eat gluten free because it's a buffet. You don't have to really bug anybody.
Yeah, but again, Disney does amazing with gluten free. Even the Italian restaurant made us feel very safe. They always don't make you feel bad for ordering gluten free. They take good care of you. They make sure you know that you are getting food that's not going to hurt you. So, I mean, anywhere in Disney, we always recommend.
They put little sticks in it most of the time to tell you that it is an allergy thing when it comes to the table, and that's super nice. And yeah, so those are kind of our thoughts of Epcot when we were there in the end of 2022. Food and Wine Festival is pretty amazing, but man, it brings in a lot of people. And
so just be prepped for that.
Yeah, be prepped for a lot of people and be willing to wait in lines, and you're going to get some amazing snacks and some amazing drinks. And if you don't want to do that, get your reservations and get into the restaurants and enjoy some really good food.
Yeah.
So anyway, that is it for us today. If you got some value out of this, you should like the video and subscribe to the channel. And we will see you guys on the next one.
See you later.